Hello, this is Dr. Daulton from Hammond Chiropractic, and I wanted to make a short video for you today because I was thinking this morning and something popped into my head. It was actually an old memory from when I was in college. And at the time back then, I had a friend who was going to be going to medical school, and I remember one time him telling me, it's okay if you become a chiropractor, just don't become one of those chiropractors that believes that they can cure everything, all right? And at the time, I remember kind of feeling like, what does that mean exactly? But when I thought about it this morning, I realized that if you've watched any of my videos, it would be easy for someone to misinterpret what chiropractic is saying or what our philosophy is, because a lot of times I talk about chiropractic and I talk about the importance of your nervous system and how your nervous system is the most important system within your body because it's what runs everything. I look at your nervous system as what provides the electricity that's being sent out to all the different body parts, including not just the back, but your organs, your arms, your legs. Every single body part receives energy or electricity from your nervous system, and that's what allows everything to function or to run at its optimum. And so in chiropractic, what we look for is a problem called subluxation, which is where the vertebrae or the bones in your back will actually misalign. And when they misalign, they put pressure on the nervous system, and that stops the flow of electricity from going out to the body parts that nerve or that part of the nervous system is controlling. And then whatever the nerve is going to, that organ or that body part starts to malfunction because it's not getting the energy that it needs from your nervous system in order to work properly. Okay? So I can see how, if you heard that, you might interpret me or interpret that as me saying that I can cure everything just by making sure that your nervous system is functioning at its best and that there's nothing or standing in the way of the nervous system sending energy to the body and allowing it to function at its best, okay? So I could see where he was coming from. But the truth is, there's a very basic premise of chiropractic, and what that is this. Chiropractors don't believe that we cure anything. And in fact, I don't believe that your medical doctor cures anything. I don't believe your physical therapist or your massage therapist or your acupuncturist or whoever that you go to for your healthcare needs, not a single one of us has ever cured a single thing. Now you might think, well, that sounds kind of odd, right? Because I go to the doctor or I go to the chiropractor or whoever it is that you go to and I feel better. I, healed whatever condition I went in there with, so didn't the doctor heal me? And the truth of the matter is this. We don't cure anything, and the reason that we don't cure anything is because your body has the innate or the inborn ability to heal absolutely anything. And that ability is controlled by your nervous system. All right? Now, if you don't believe me, I'm going to give you a little example here, and I want you to think about this. Let's say that I were to take a steak from the grocery store, and then let me say that I took a knife and I cut that steak. Now, what if I did all the things that you think your doctor would do to that steak to try to get that cut to heal? So maybe I'd put some stitches in that cut. Maybe I would inject it with a little bit of antibiotic. Maybe I'd rub a little Neosporin on it, put a Band-Aid on it. And then I want you to let that steak sit there for a week, and then I want you to take a look at it after a week is gone. Would that cut have healed? No, it's ridiculous, right? It's a dumb thought. No, that steak is not going to heal. No matter what you did to it, no matter how much antibiotic you put on it, no matter how many stitches you put on it, that steak is not going to heal that wound. Well, why is that? What's the difference between the steak being cut or me cutting myself? Because we know that's going to heal, right? Well, the difference is you've removed the power source. You removed the ability of the body to heal the steak because the steak is dead at this point, right? And that's the difference between a live human being and a dead piece of meat, and that's the reason that one of us will heal, but the other one will not. So as a chiropractor, what I believe is really happening is that all I'm doing whenever I make an adjustment on a patient is removing the interference to your body's ability to heal itself. And I believe the same thing is happening when your doctor gives you a medication or when your physical therapist gives you an exercise or whatever the case may be. All they're doing is removing whatever is interfering with your body's ability to heal. You see, I might get sick. Maybe I have the flu. Right now it's flu season here where I live, right? And there's a ton of people sick with it. Well, why is it? Have you ever thought about this? Why is it that one person gets sick, but then another person doesn't get sick? And maybe we're even working in the same environment all the time. So we're around each other. We're both exposed to the exact same germs, but one person gets sick and the other one doesn't. Well, is it possible that the person who got sick, their immune system is down for one reason or another, so the infection goes into their system and it's able to overwhelm them, so now the doctor has to give them some kind of medication or something to kill off that infection and to bring it down to a low enough level that now their body can kick in the ability to heal and they get better from it all of a sudden. And maybe the person who didn't get sick, their immune system is stronger for whatever reason, so their body is able to fight off that infection as fast as it's building up in their system so that they never experience a symptom from it. Okay? So the difference between a person who has a health problem and a person who does not have a health problem is that the person who's healthy, their healing ability is in high gear and there's nothing stopping it or interfering it from curing whatever the problem is that they're trying to deal with at that time. Okay, and that's a very basic premise of chiropractic. It's something that has been within our profession from day one. We believe that you're the healer. All my job is to remove whatever is interfering with your healing ability, and your body should respond as long as it's given the right conditions to work with. All right, now what does that mean? Well, think about this. So as a chiropractor, I think it's important to make sure your nervous system has no interference to it so that the energy is going out to the body and everything is working right. But what if it's going to a broken down body part? Okay, so for example, let's say that we bring this analogy back to the one that I like to use a lot, which is the electricity going through your home. Remember that in your home there's a power source, which is the power lines on the outside of the house. The electricity comes into the breaker box. The breaker box distributes that electricity through all the different electrical wires, and let's say that that electrical wire is going to a light bulb. All right, that's my version of a light bulb. I know it's a bad example, but that's okay. I never said I was an artist. In fact, I tell you I am not an artist. But let's say that that electrical wire ends at a light bulb in your house. Now, let's say that the electricity is flowing nicely through here. The breaker switches are turned on, everything is working good. But what happens if let's say this light bulb falls and it shatters on the ground? Are you going to get light? No, you're not. Let's say that the light bulb has been there for a long time and now it's dead. Are you going to get light? No, you're not. So even though you've got plenty of electricity going to the light bulb, if the light bulb is malfunctioning for whatever reason, it's still not going to work right no matter what you do. And it's the same thing for the human body. I can ensure that your nervous system is sending enough electricity throughout the body so that everything should function at a high level. But what if you have a problem with the organ that is outside of that boundary? Let's say, for example, we're talking about the nerves that are going to my heart. Well, I may have no subluxations or misalignment blocking the flow of energy to the heart, but what if you have a poor diet or you don't exercise and all of a sudden you get atherosclerosis where all those fatty deposits are building up inside your blood vessels and your heart isn't able to work as well? Do you think the heart is still going to have problems? Well, of course it is. This is why we talk about the 5 factors of health and the different things that you need to do in order to ensure that your body is at its optimum health level at all times. Chiropractic is a very important part of keeping the nervous system functioning so that everything has its best potential to work well, but you got to make sure that you're doing other things to ensure that your body is healthy overall and that nothing else is interfering with your body's ability to heal itself. Now, if you're interested in that, I have a series of videos on that on my website. You can just go to drdaulton.com, and at the top you'll see a link that says videos, and then if you just put your cursor over that link, it'll bring up an option for health videos, and you just want to click on that and you can see all the videos where I talk about the 5 different things that are necessary for you to be a healthier person overall, and so that you can experience your optimum level of health. Which, by the way, the bottom line with that is, why do we want that? Well, we want that so that we can have a fuller life, do all the things that we enjoy, and so that we're not limited by poor health at that point, okay? All right, that's all I wanted to say on this today. I hope that made sense to you, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you spending the time with me today, and then I will see you next time.